The NCAA made a landmark decision on a case affecting athletes. We spoke to a USC professor about what the decision really means.
Tonight we've learned what caused the Getty fire that is still forcing thousands out of their homes.
And there's a new rideshare and taxi pickup spot at LAX. We'll show you what it's like and how people are adjusting.
Annenberg TV News is next.
Live from USC, you're watching Annenberg TV News.
Tonight, NCAA athletes around the country are rejoicing. Good evening, I'm Jamia Pugh.
And I'm Robbie Aronson. That's right, the NCAA made a landmark decision that will impact athletes beginning in 2020. Our sports anchor Lauren Merola is here with more on the story.
Thanks, Robbie. The NCAA has unanimously voted to allow college athletes to be compensated for the use of their name, image, and likeness.
Really encourage our members now to begin the process of considering how they're going to modernize the rules of each of the divisions, 1, 2, and 3, to allow student athletes greater opportunities to monetize their name, image, and likeness. We think it's the appropriate thing to do, and we're looking forward to it.
It is up to the NCAA's 3 divisions to decide their own rules, but NCAA knows requires them to maintain a distinction between college and professional athletes. The new rules enacted by each division must also require student athletes the same opportunity to make money as all other students. They must also be transparent, focused, and enforceable. They cannot create a competitive imbalance and are in no way allowed to be considered employees. We spoke to a sports media professor here at Annenberg. Here are his thoughts.
Well, I was really happy that California jumped out ahead of the other states and felt strongly enough to go ahead and push the legislation through. And really happy to see the NCAA follow suit. And they know that they had to do this because that's where the issue is trending.
The NCAA is requiring each division to implement their new regulations by 2021.
House Democrats released an 8-page resolution detailing the next steps in the impeachment inquiry. The full House is expected to vote on it Thursday. Here are the main provisions in the impeachment resolution. 1, continue the investigation. 2, ensure transparency. 3, establish the rules for the public hearings. 4, explain how the president and his counsel can participate. The Senate leader had this response to the resolution.
I think the next step, as I just said, is to take a look and see whether the House is now going. Obviously, they've responded to the pressure that we put on them.
This afternoon, former Speaker of the House, Newt Gingrich, tweeted, quote, "Was it a Freudian slip that led Speaker Pelosi to schedule the fake sore losers impeachment vote for Halloween?" Newt Gingrich is speaking at Bovard Auditorium tonight as part of an event put on by the Young Americans for Freedom organization. I spoke with the chairman of the YAF today to see what topics they'll focus on tonight.
So primarily he's going to be talking about Trump and China, particularly the trade war, but he'll also probably expand to their threat as a military force and a technology giant. They have a lot of problems stealing our intellectual properties. So it's a multifaceted threat, and he's going to cover all the bases.
What is the importance of bringing high-profile right speakers to campus?
Well, I mean, to start, when there's a high-profile speaker on campus, people actually find out that they're coming, which already gets the conversation started. I mean, we've brought speakers who a little less big name, and it was difficult to get students interested in them. So by having a big name, people automatically recognize it, and they associate certain things with that name, and it gets them talking. It's also the opportunity for us as an organization to get our name out there, and it's the opportunity for a bunch of students to show up and maybe hear some opinions and ideas that they haven't heard before. And we think it's good for the community as a whole to hear those things.
For more on tonight's visit by Newt Gingrich, let's go to Annenberg Media's Kelly Miller at the event right now. Kelly, what's going on?
That's right, Robbie. Thanks so much. I'm here at Bovard Auditorium on USC's campus, where in just 30 minutes or so, Newt Gingrich is scheduled to speak. Now, YAF, Young Americans for Freedom, says they've been wanting to get Newt Gingrich for the past year now, and they finally got him this summer. Now, according to YAF's president, tonight he'll speak about a few different topics, everything ranging from the turmoil in China to President Trump's impeachment. Overall, they're just trying to get a more conservative voice on campus, though they say they are a non-partisan nonpartisan organization. Now, tonight I have a student guest here tonight, Christian, who says he started supporting Newt Gingrich after he became Speaker of the House. So, hi, Christian.
Hi.
How are you tonight?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
So, what are you hoping to hear from Newt Gingrich tonight at this event?
Yeah, so, the state of politics in the United States right now is pretty complicated given the fact, that everything's going on with the trade war with China and, the impeachment of Donald Trump. I think it's important. I have views on the conservative side as well as liberal side, and I would kind of consider myself an independent voter. This is, like I said, kind of the country's a little bit in turmoil and fairly divided right now, and I think it's important to see various perspectives, and I think Newt Gingrich brings a very alternative perspective to what is going on right now.
All right. And so, do you think that there'll be a big turnout tonight? That is all we have time for. Thanks so much, Christian. There'll be about 600 to 700 people here tonight. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Kelly. Investigators say the Getty fire began when a tree branch fell onto a power line on Sepulveda Boulevard. Firefighters slowed down the fire, but now they're worried about extreme Santa Ana winds. Evacuation warnings stretch from PCH all the way to Topanga Canyon. Mandatory evacuations are in effect from Temescal Canyon east to the 405 freeway, north to Mulholland Drive, and south to Sunset Boulevard. Our reporter Sarah Allegra was on site this morning. At least 12 structures have been destroyed, and residents in more than 7,000 homes have evacuated. More than 650 acres have burned, and firefighters have been putting out hot spots before the Santa Ana winds pick up again. They could reach 80 miles per hour between tonight and Thursday.
Teams that were in place valiantly fought this fire and put themselves between these homes and the fire front. These fires were starting to take off around the neighboring homes, and they were able to save dozens of homes on this street. There were several that were lost, and these are the homes that were at the top of the canyon where it was basically a chimney of energy shooting up into the air.
Many Californians continue to live in fear that their homes are still in danger, including many teachers and students from our own USC community.
After the Sepulveda Basin fire, we put things, in a box and are ready to go. I've been able to come in and teach most of the days, although this morning was particularly brutal. I usually then have to race back home and be prepared to leave anytime.
In other news, LA Fire is trying out a new program designed to calculate where fires are headed and how quickly they will spread. USC Fire Captain Rob Forsberg talks about this new method of mapping fires.
FIRIS, it's Fire Integrated Real-Time Intelligence. It's taking all the technologies that we currently have and taking all that information from the air attack, the computers, ground crews, and bundling it into one integrating system.
Firefighters started using the $4.5 million program last month. Los Angeles is one of 5 Southern California counties with access to this technology. The system generates real-time perimeter maps just 5 minutes after a frightening aircraft arrives at the scene.
People aren't just leaving their homes, but they're also parting with their pets. Annenberg Media's Thambi Varma takes us to West LA Animal Shelter.
When you step inside the West LA Animal Shelter, you'll hear more barking and growling than usual. Workers say these animals are traumatized after being separated from their owners.
Not used to this type of situation, especially when they're being moved, across. So when they come in, they come a little, upset or scared.
This dog next to me has been whimpering for the past 15 minutes. We don't know his name, we don't know his story, we just know that he's been dropped off because his owner's evacuated, and he's clearly very sad and lonely, as you can hear the whimpering. Some small members of the community decided that this was an opportunity to make a big difference.
It's sad for the animals, so we're just here to cheer them up. Fire can affect all these animals, and now they have no home, so we should help them in getting toys for them, litter boxes, and bowls.
For Harper, this is personal. She was at her friend's house for a Halloween party the night before her friend's house caught fire.
My friend's house got burnt down that I saw her last night. It's so crazy because She probably went to sleep without knowing, and now everything is gone.
But many people like Harper have come together to help support these pets.
We've had volunteers, a lot of them calling to see if we need any help. We've gotten a lot of donations.
The new LAX rideshare program started today. See what this means if you head to the airport.
And there are PG&E power outages all across Northern California. Hear what the governor has to say about it.
The Los Angeles Unified School District announced a lawsuit against Juul Labs. We'll hear more about the suit.
Encuentra el bosque más cercano en descubreelbosque.org. El bosque, más cerca de lo que crees.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere will bring us wireless emergency alerts. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know, wherever you are.
Hey, Kevin, you thinking about retirement?
I'd love to, but I'm pretty busy with all this.
Yeah. Hey, let's meet our retirement coach, Avo. A is for taking action.
Not anxiety?
No, Kevin, you're gonna be fine.
You sing?
Barely. V is for variety.
And you dance?
Sort of. Come on. O is for optimize your savings.
Let Avo lead the way.
Visit aceyourretirement.org today.
Nice.
Thanks.
The Kincaid fires continue to scorch Sonoma Valley. PG&E shut off power in 34 counties in Northern California. Malia House had to evacuate her home in the Mill Valley.
It's affected me because I have no service or electricity at my house, so do everything in the city, so it's longer days. So that has impacted me in that way. Do have running water. Most of it's cold. It's hard to get hot water, but it's nothing like super serious, which I'm super thankful for that I didn't have to evacuate.
Now you're seeing PG&E helicopters surveying the Mill Valley's area transmission lines to determine when they will turn the power back on. But dangerous winds are in the forecast yet again. California's governor talked today about the power outages.
I don't care about the politics. I care about policy, and I care about being responsive, and I care about meeting the needs of millions of Californians. Good enough never is, and we're not even close to where we need to be in this state. This is not the new normal, and it doesn't take a decade to fix this damn thing.
While some shutoffs already took place this morning, PG&E announced it might shut off power tomorrow as well. That means over 1 million people could lose power.
The Kincaid fire in Sonoma Valley is still blazing and has burned more than 75,000 acres of land. Classes at Holy Names University in Oakland were canceled all day today due to power outages.
We couldn't charge our laptops. We couldn't do anything. There was one little generator in one of the rooms below that like everyone could go into and everyone can charge their stuff on, but it was just so packed and it was so hot in there and like it was loud. And
Twitter HNU links to their website where they have a news bar at the top of the page announcing that the campus is closed. Classes will resume Wednesday.
Since it happened, the school's resources are dwindling. So the students were asked to evacuate because they're running out of food to feed them. Their water pressure has been deteriorating and they're only allowed to take cold showers since they don't have any gas.
Many students had to leave campus after the power was out for 4 days. The school did not pay for hotel rooms for out-of-town students. They also did not provide additional off-campus shelter.
Starting today, LAX's curbside pickup ban for Uber, Lyft, or taxis is in effect. Reporter Bulbul Rajagopal shows us what this means for passengers and drivers.
Today marks day 1 of LA exit. Passengers are shuttled to Terminal 1, where rideshare can pick them up. George Vogrin is one of them.
I think we landed like a half hour early, so we were actually in about 9:30. So under the old system, I'd probably be in a car by 10 and at my hotel at 10:30. I'm staying downtown. And now it's already 10:42, and I still don't have a car. And it seems like it's going backwards in terms of how long it's taking. But, I mean, it's the first day, so we'll give them some time to work out all the kinks.
Lyft says that their fast match system will reduce wait times. For this Lyft driver, the ban has added to traffic time.
I was moving very slowly to this part, and I lost 1 hour. Right over there, the passenger canceled the ride.
Uber had sent a letter to LAX talking about their partnership for LA exit. The main points Uber brought up were their concerns regarding physical space. They thought the size of the LA exit lots were too small to accommodate all Uber pickups. LAX believes this new plan is just the first step in reducing congestion.
So the main reason that we had to do this was we need to reduce the traffic in the central terminal area while we're doing the construction of our automated people mover train that's opening in 2023. That's really the solution to everything that's going on here right now to help move more people through this airport.
Day 1 for LAX has been hectic, but Panunzio believes the terminals are less crowded now. The ban only applies to pickups, while drop-offs remain unaffected. For Annenberg Media, I'm Bulbul Rajagopal.
It seems like though it was a lot over there at LAX, the weather still looked pretty cool, right?
Yeah, the weather's definitely been a little bit cooler today. I wonder what's going to happen for the rest of the week. Sarah, what do you got for us?
Hey guys, who says that California doesn't have 4 seasons? I mean, we have summer, spring, awards, and fire. Though conditions at USC are a nice 70 degrees, we can't say the same for the rest of LA. Looking into the Inland Empire, where conditions in the San Bernardino, Palm Springs, and Riverside area are pretty cool. Looking into tomorrow, the Old Water Fire is still going to be burning, and we're still going to be looking at a lot of those Santa Ana winds. And then going into the valley, where conditions will also be cool. The Getty fire is still burning along with the Palisades fire. We have 71 in Thousand Oaks, 71 in Malibu, 71 in Northridge, and 68 in San Fernando. And then coming back to USC for tomorrow, winds will be kicking up. The weather still stays pretty cool. In Pasadena, a 74, Pomona 72, Anaheim 76. And then looking at USC, nice 75, LAX 72, and Long Beach 74. And the Los Angeles Fire Department is battling this Getty fire by taking advantage of the agreeable weather before winds kick back up tonight around 11 p.m. The National Weather Service issued a wind advisory warning from tonight lasting through Thursday evening. We can expect strong Santa Ana winds with gusts up to 50 miles per hour in the foothills and the canyons. Mayor Eric Garcetti says the 20,000 people evacuated from their homes will not be returning this evening. Evacuation zones are listed on the Los Angeles Fire Department website.
Thanks, Sarah. That was a really great story. But now we're going to go into the Los Angeles schools, and they're suing a company that makes e-cigarettes. Eva Shinovsky looks into the lawsuit against Juul.
The LA Unified School Superintendent says that e-cigarette manufacturer Juul is endangering the lives of students.
We have too many students who are being handed a weapon like this, a Juul device, loading the weapon in our schools and causing harm. Taxpayers should not have to pay the cost of fighting the problems that vaping is causing in our schools. By marketing and selling these products to young people, Juul has sought to make money at the expense of public education and the communities we serve.
Principals are seeing the effects that juuling is having on students.
They have peer pressure to do these vaping products and go much worse, where they feel that any problem they have, they can just turn to a Juul product or vaping product and it'll take away their problems. South LA is a community that needs assistance from these products that are creating harm. And we depend on it. We depend on those resources because our future depends on it. And most of all, our kids depend on it.
There have been many concerns that candy or fruit-flavored e-cigarettes target teens, and a new USC study confirms the dangers of this. Researchers from the Keck School of Medicine found that 9 out of 10 teens who vape choose fruit, candy, and other non-traditional flavors. 64% of the teens using these flavored e-cigs were still vaping 6 months later, compared to 43% who used more traditional flavors. Several other school districts have sued Juul, accusing the e-cigarette maker of endangering students. The company has denied targeting young people with its products and have not commented on these lawsuits. For Annenberg Media, I'm Eva Shanafsky.
And a big week with the NCAA, right?
It's been the biggest day ever, so let's just get right into it. The new NCAA ruling allows athletes to be paid. Find out what Trojans have to say about it. Plus, Kedon Slovis heads into Saturday's game with a special shout-out. Can he keep it up against Oregon? And the Lakers gear up to take on the Grizzlies. See how LeBron's preparing for it.
Hi, I'm Smokey Cole Bear, filling in because for 75 years, Smokey only said,
"Only you can prevent wildfires."
Meanwhile, the song was wrong. We did start the fire. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother, you, your football buddy, your football buddy. You, your plumber.
Breathe right into your foot.
Your plumber's masseuse.
Yes.
You, your dog walker, your cat jogger. With early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool. To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
Roll over. Chance high five. All right.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique.
And your mother and... I am totally a hot person. Right, guys? Thanks for being honest.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org.
We have more on the new NCAA ruling allowing college athletes to be paid for the use of their name, image, and likeness. Athletes across the nation clearly think this change has been needed for a long time.
Me and a lot of my teammates were actually very excited to see that because not because just because we think this is something to get rich off of, but just because something that we feel is it's like a job, and we put our heart and soul into it, and we feel that sometimes people should be deserving and should be allowed to be paid in things.
We caught up with USC professor and ESPN reporter Shelly Smith. Here's her reaction.
I think it's about time. I think athletes have deserved this for a long, long time. It's a great move, and it's a great win for athletes across the country. Yes, I do. I think for the majority of athletes, it's not going to affect them. It'll affect them maybe by if they're going to hold camp or private instruction, things like that. That could really, but they have to be very entrepreneurial. And who has time to do that when you're in school playing sports and trying to pass your classes?
As Smith has said, the legislation could take as long as 2 years to be fully enacted. Kedon Slovis is leading the Trojans into the weekend as the Pac-12 Freshman of the Week after his stellar late game performance against Colorado on Friday. During the Trojans' 35-31 win at Colorado, Slovis was slinging, throwing for over 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. Hopefully he can bring this sorcery to the Coliseum this weekend when the Trojans take on number 7 Oregon. Now, let's see how some familiar faces are doing in the NFL. Jordan?
Last night, Juju Smith-Schuster had his best game of the season, tallying 5 catches, 103 yards, and an insane touchdown grab that mirrored legend Randy Moss. Take a look.
And it's deep here. 2nd down and 9. Rudolph inside the 10. Oh, what an effort! Juju Smith-Schuster.
The catch was just Juju's 3rd touchdown of the season, but boy, was it a beauty from the 3rd-year player who now has the most 100-yard receiving games before turning 23 years old. LeBron James is doing his part to make sure the Getty Fire first responders aren't going hungry in form of a taco truck at their base camp. Mayor Garcetti thanked James, tweeting, "Thank you, LeBron, for generously sending a taco truck to support our LAPD firefighters, first responders, and partner agencies working to fight the Getty Fire." Yesterday, James and his family were forced to evacuate their home and had to find housing elsewhere. After a slow start on opening night against the Clippers, the Lakers have since found their footing, stringing off 2 straight wins. On Sunday, their win over the Hornets was propelled by the pick and roll, forcing the Hornets to decide whether to focus on James or give their attention to role men Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard, and JaVale McGee. Their last 2 wins have been led by their superstars who are playing as advertised, with AD averaging 25 and 10, and LeBron stuffing the stat sheet, averaging 23 points, 10 assists, and almost 8 rebounds a game. They will complete their 3-game homestand tonight against the Grizzlies at 7:30. The Astros have a chance to win their second World Series in 3 years tonight at home. Lauren, how's the game looking?
The World Series is on the line, and it's do or die for the Nationals. They've traveled to Houston hoping to force a Game 7. Let's take a live look in. The Astros are leading 2-1 in the top of the third. Steven Strasburg is on the mound for the Nationals, going up against Justin Verlander's arm for the Astros. For the Astros, Alex Bregman is looking like the standout player. The MLS Western Conference Finals kick off tonight at 7 p.m. LAFC is taking on the Seattle Sounders, and I'd say they're feeling pretty good after beating rival LA Galaxy in the semifinals. A win tonight would send LAFC to its first finals match in franchise history. What do you guys think? Who takes the game tonight?
I think the LAFC have looked really good this season. But let's see. Let's go to the next story.
Coming up, California Assembly Bill 5 just expanded to include more than just Uber and Lyft drivers.
Plus, USC's Doheny Library is giving tours with a haunted twist. Stay right there.
Meet the Scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
You.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Being prepared is a part of who you are. But it's especially important in the case of a disaster. Be informed about possible emergencies in your area. Make a plan that covers where you'll go in an emergency. Build a kit with the things you need to survive. There's no one more capable of planning for your situation than you. Start your plan today. Go to ready.gov/myplan.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover their unique mix of all kinds of traits.
Where'd Wiley go? Where's Wiley? Ah, there she is.
Paw?
Do you remember being an ancient wolf? Do you ever feel the call of the wild?
You're a renegade cop, and I'm a con woman with nothing to prove. But together, we could really solve this murder. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but all of them are pure love.
California Assembly Bill 5 was expanded to include all independent contractor work on top of rideshare drivers. The expansion includes journalists who can only work 35 jobs per company before being considered full-time. Our reporter Noah Camrus takes a deep look into the bill. You can read about it on USCAnnenbergmedia.com.
Get an inside look at what spooky secrets lie within USC's special collection shelved at Doheny Library. The Doheny After Dark event is presented by Clio, a campus history club. The Halloween-themed scavenger hunt incorporates spooky items from Doheny Library's Special Collections Department. Students can also visit an exhibit to see creepy dolls, old witchcraft books, and clown masks. This is the first year the department has held an event like this, and staff hopes that it will trick students into coming back to the library.
Hosting events like tonight's Halloween event, we really try to get new audience into special collections. Many people don't even know that special collections exist, that you can find archives here, rare books, artifacts, really cool and rare materials that you cannot find anywhere else. And we're open to the public.
Is Doheny Library haunted? Find out tonight. See bones, death, mask, and other ghoulish items. Pizza and treats are included. Thanks for watching Annenberg TV News tonight from everyone at Annenberg Media. I'm Jamia Pugh.
And I'm Robbie Aronson. You can watch us on the web at uscannenbergmedia.com. Good night.
Our hearts are made stronger by how we treat others.
Put her there.
The light you share can impact those around you, but so can the darkness.
Later, twerps.
Did Pete saying mean things bother you?
So when you reach out to another person, take a moment to consider how they will feel and let your heart be the key to making a difference. Because of you, Someone's entire day, year, or even life can change.
In every heart, there's hope.
Hi, everyone. Al Roker here. As a guy with his own catchphrase, I appreciate that after 75 years, Smokey's only said,
"Only you can prevent wildfires."
But I'm filling in because there's a lot more to report. Like when there are parched or windy conditions out there, you gotta be extra careful with things like burning yard waste. After all, wildfires can start anywhere, even in your neck of the woods. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.